सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ नमो नमः। ॐ नमः। 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 अच्युताय नमः। श्री अनन्ताय नमः। अच्युताय नमः। श्री अनन्ताय नमः। सुन्दराय नमः। सुरवन्दिताय नमः। सुन्दराय नमः। सुरवन्दिताय नमः। माधवाय नमः। मधुसूदनाय नमः। माधवाय नमः। मधुसूदनाय नमः। कारणाय नमः। नारायणाय नमः। कारणाय नमः। नारायणाय Om Namo Narayanaaya. 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 Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidussura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Humble prostrations to one and all present here. The price we have to pay for a serene life is intelligent living. Stressful life is the symptom of unintelligent living. So, what is that intelligent way of living? So, the whole of Karma Yoga is nothing but that. How should we live our life? We should live our life in such a way that our Creator is pleased with us. He has given us a life. He has given us abilities and talents. He has given us the resources. And therefore, all actions must be done in such a way that that Lord is pleased with us. How do we know that Lord is pleased with us? Peace of mind is the proof. How do we know God is displeased with us? Disturbance of the mind is the proof. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a beautiful example given. How does the bullock, yoked to the bullock cart, know where should I go, where I should not go? So the bullock has this nose string which is tied to the rope. The owner has got this rope. So whenever there is a pain in the nose, understand my owner doesn't want me to go there. Isn't it? Those who have come from villages, they know. Those who are born in Mercedes-Benz, they will never know. So that's how the cows, they know. The owner pulls that rope and there is pain in the nose, and the cow understands I should not go there. The bullock understands. When there is no pain, that means that is a route to follow. In the same way, the bullock has the pain in the nose, we have our pain in the heart. That's all the difference. Everyone, we are guided by the divine. The more and more sensitive we are, the more and more we realize this pain, we understand this pain, and we correct ourselves. Whenever we walk the path of unrighteousness, there is pain. Whenever we walk the path of righteousness, there is peace. So how should we live our life? So we had discussed the 4 principles. What are they? Kartavya nirvahanam, performance of one's duties. Samyak acharanam, doing it as best as we can. Ishvara arpana buddhi, performing it as a worship of the Lord. Ishvara prasada buddhi, receiving the results as prasad from the Lord, blessings from the Lord, grace of the Lord. So yesterday, we were seeing one aspect of dharma, rather yajna, sacrifice. So how should we live our life? One aspect we had discussed. Our action must be such that these action must be beneficial for the totality. So whenever we perform action where individuality is sacrificed for the welfare of the totality, then such actions are called righteous actions, dharmic actions, yajna karma. Yajna means sacrifice. So wherever the individuality is sacrificed for the welfare of the totality, such an action is called a righteous action. Only such actions please God. What is the opposite of such actions? Selfish actions. So selfless action versus selfish action. The moment we become selfish, the heart becomes narrow, and anything narrow is painful. So a devotee has to be tuned to this voice of God, this voice of conscience. This voice of conscience itself is the voice of God which is guiding us every moment. So a person who is living a God-oriented life, one part of the attention should always be within. And that is why when you see this form of Lord Shiva, how are his eyes? His eyes are half closed. That half closed means half attention is upon the world, the other half attention is upon one's own heart, one's own mind. We should live our life listening to the voice of God. Then we will never commit any mistake in life. There will never come a situation where we will have to regret. Right. So yesterday we were discussing about dharmic action. Very many times, even war can be dharmic, righteous. It's not that always peace is righteous. No, war can also be righteous. Exactly like in this physical body, I want all the limbs to be perfect, but suppose there is a wound in the hand. I will try to heal the wound, but the wound is spreading. And when this wound becomes dangerous to the entire body, what will I do? I will try all peaceful means, but when the peaceful means are not working, I will have to use violent means. And what is that violent mean? Amputate the hand. Sacrifice of the part in order to protect the whole. That is considered to be dharmic, though there is violence involved. In the same way, there are some times in society, peaceful means may not work. Violence means alone become the solution to protect the totality samashti. Then such a war becomes a righteous war. And one such war was Mahabharata war. That yuddha is called Dharma Yuddha. Why is it called Dharma Yuddha? Because with that yuddha, Dharma is protected. And what was the end result of that yuddha? What was the end result of war? Yudhishthira becomes the king. And there is literally Ramarajya everywhere. Right? There's a description of how Yudhishthira ruled his kingdom and what all happened when he was the king. It is said all the seasons would change at the right time. There was plenty, there was prosperity. It is said the cow's udder used to drip with extra milk, overflowing with milk. Even when the calves had drunk their full, there was so much of milk available. You see? So when we live a righteous life, the cosmic forces bless us more and more. There is more and more of material prosperity. There is a relation between our action and cosmic reaction. That is what we had seen yesterday. Annad bhavanti bhutani. Then Parajanyad annasambhavaha. Then Yajnad bhavati parajanyah. Yajna karma samudbhavaha. So there is a relationship between how we live and how the cosmos function. When we live a righteous life, the cosmic forces align themselves in order to bless us with all auspiciousness. There, in this, in this verse, rain doesn't just mean rain. It means that conducive environment where there is material prosperity. That is the meaning of rain there. It is symbolic. Puja Gurudev has written a beautiful commentary there. What that rain symbolizes. When people live serving each other without ego and egocentric desires, pouring out talents and abilities for the welfare of the world, for the welfare of everyone, in a spirit of cooperation and not competition, sinking all the personal opinions and differences. Lovingly, when people work together, then that creates a conducive environment which attracts all auspiciousness, all prosperity. This is what it means. So therefore, what we should do? We should live a righteous life. When we live a righteous life, we attract all auspiciousness towards us. So there is material prosperity and also there is spiritual evolution. This is called intelligent way of living. Now, there are certain questions which the seekers ask. Sometimes people ask, Swamiji, if you see Mahabharata war, Pandavas are considered to be righteous, but actually they are the ones who did all unrighteousness in the war. They killed everyone through unrighteous means. And if you superficially see, this appears to be true. Kauravas killed only Abhimanyu through unrighteousness. What about the Pandavas? Bhishma was killed unrighteously. Drona was killed unrighteously. Jayadratha was killed unrighteously. Karna was killed unrighteously. Bhurishravas was killed unrighteously. Duryodhana was killed unrighteously. Actually 6. Bhishma, Drona, Jayadratha, Karna, Bhurishravas and Duryodhana. 6. 1:6 is the ratio. And Swamiji, you say, Pandavas fought a righteous war. So when such questions come, we Hindus must know how to answer. That is why I am taking up this topic. You should not say, I think that is right. Hindus are the greatest enemies of Hinduism. The ignorant Hindus. They are the worst salesmen. So, we should know how to answer in a logical way. Let us take this example of Karna. So Karna's wheel was stuck, the chariot wheel was stuck in the muck. He was trying to lift it according to the laws of the war. You are not supposed to attack a person who is not fighting. So therefore Arjuna stops fighting because Karna was not ready. And then Krishna says, Arjuna, chop his head off. And Arjuna does it. Now the question is it dharma or adharma? Superficially when we analyze, it is absolutely adharma only. Because according to the laws of the war, if that person is not attacking you, you should not attack that person. Now, please understand. As far as Arjuna is concerned, if he had taken this decision by himself, definitely it would have been adharma. No doubt about it. But then Arjuna did this not because of by himself. He was told by Bhagavan to do. Now tell me, what is dharma? Obeying Bhagavan or obeying one's own sense of righteousness? Which is dharma? As far as my sense of righteousness is concerned, this sense of righteousness is coming from my own little intellect. Many times my sense of dharma may not be right because my intellect is less. I am alpatnya. My knowledge is less. So with the little knowledge, there is all the possibility that that which I consider dharma may be adharma. But when Bhagavan is telling me, do this, who is Bhagavan? He is an embodiment of dharma. Who is Bhagavan? He is Sarvatnya, all-knowing, omniscient God. When omniscient God is asking me to do something, which is dharma for me? That which my little intellect says or that which Lord says? Whatever Bhagavan says, you have to unquestioningly obey. This is what Arjuna did. Bhagavan, if you say this, that is right. Because you can never be wrong. God and truth, they always go together. God and justice, they always go together. It is impossible that God can be unjust. Just like Fire and heat, they always go together. It is impossible that fire can be cold. If there is a fire which is cold, it is not fire. It is something else. Isn't it? So you will find that in all these instances, Pandavas did everything as unquestioning obedience. They never took the decision by themselves. No. If they had taken it, that would have been adharma. So therefore, we say Pandavas were righteous. This is the answer. Another allegation is regarding Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji. There are very many people who have told me, Swamiji, I don't like Rama. What happened? That one thing which he did, I cannot accept. What did he do? I know you know. How can a person abandon his beloved wife who has not done any mistake, and that too a pregnant wife? How can a person abandon in forest? Even the most uncultured person will not do this. How can that person be called God? So therefore, I don't like him. I don't think that he is an avatar. He is a stupid human being. He is not even worth calling a human being. All these allegations I have heard. That is why I am taking up this topic. And what is our response? Maybe that is true. You see, whenever there is an allegation against Bhagavan, you must have enough logic to convince yourself that Bhagavan cannot be wrong. If Bhagavan has done it, that is right. Full stop. How it is right, that is my sadhana to find out. My homework. If Bhagavan has said, done something, it has to be right. Now let us analyze this situation. I will only try. Okay? Maybe that you may not be convinced, but I am convinced. It is my humble attempt to justify the Lord. You see, that was a time when the talk of the town was Sita Mata is impure. It is not that some dhobi said. No. It was the talk of the town. Everywhere, somewhere, they were doubting Sita Mata. Her chastity, her purity. Now, what should Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji do? He is considered to be an ideal husband. He is considered to be an ideal son, ideal father, everything ideal. Every role he has taken up is Maryada Purushottama, an embodiment of righteousness. Now, as a husband, what is he supposed to do? You see, there is a saying in Bhagavad Gita, Sambhavitasya cha akirtihi maranat apirichyate. For a person who is enjoying good fame, ill fame is even worse than death. This is a statement made by Bhagavan to Arjuna. Arjuna, do you know what will happen if you run away from the battlefield? Nobody is going to say that, oh, Arjuna was great. He practiced non-violence. No. The moment you run away, all your enemies, you know what they will say? Avachya vadanscha bahun vadishyanti tava ahitaha nindantas tava samurthyam tato dukkhataram nukim. Arjuna, they will shower the choicest abuses. They will make fun of you, ridicule you. You are the number one archer in the whole world. For such a person who is enjoying this kind of fame, respect in the society, this ill fame, this ridicule is even worse than death. So what is worse than death? Ill fame. Why? See, death only comes once, but the ill fame remains as long as the world lasts. That's the problem. That's why very many people commit suicide, unable to handle that ill fame, because of so many reasons. Now Bhagavan understood that this ill fame will continue as long as Sita is alive. I have to do something by which she'll be free from all allegations. Remember, as far as Bhagavan was concerned, he was very, very sure, 100% sure that Sita Mata was pure. There was absolutely no doubt as far as Bhagavan was concerned. In Ramayana it is said, when Hanumanji comes back from Lanka, you know what the question asked by Bhagavan is? Hanuman, tell me, how is Sita keeping herself alive? Because I know without me she can't even remain alive. That much she is attached to me. How is she keeping alive? And there Hanumanji gives a metaphor. You know what that metaphor is? Assume that a person is inside the room, door is locked, latched and locked outside. Door is closed, latched and locked outside, and two guards are standing out. This person is inside the room. Can this person escape? No. Door is closed, locked, and two guards are also there. Can this person escape? No. So the metaphor is this. This person is nothing but the prana of Sita Mata, life force. This room is the physical body. The closed door is the meditation of Sita Mata upon Bhagavan. Her eyes looking at her feet and remembering the lotus feet of Bhagavan, that is a lock. She has locked her eyes onto her feet. And the two guards are Ra and Ma, the name of the Lord. Bhagavan, this is the way Sita Mata is keeping herself alive. Constantly chanting your name, constantly meditating upon your lotus feet. This way, holding on to you, she is keeping herself alive. What I am trying to say is, Bhagavan Ramchandraji had absolutely no doubt with regard to purity of Sita Mata. But now, the whole world was criticizing her, finding fault with her. Bhagavan had to do something to make her free from all allegations. And what did he do? He did a master stroke. And what was that master stroke? What was the effect of that master stroke? The effect is, today the whole world is blaming Bhagavan. Nobody is blaming Sita Mata. Can you see the difference there? A time was there when everybody was doubting Sita Mata. And with this master stroke, what happened? Everybody is blaming Bhagavan. According to Bhagavan says, no problem, let people blame me. Now this is called yajna, sacrifice. I don't mind people blaming me, but I cannot stand people blaming my beloved who is innocent. This is called a sacrifice. Are you able to see the difference? And today what is? Today not even a single person is blaming Sita Mata. That is called as master stroke. That is one aspect. What is the second aspect? Where was Sita Mata left? Very near to Valmiki ji's ashram. So, this was another beautiful thing because children Lava and Kusha, where did they grow up? They grew up in Valmiki ji's ashram. Can you believe? What better education can you give to your children than being raised up by a great enlightened sage? Children are growing up in Gurukula under the guidance, under the protection, under the love and affection of an enlightened sage. What better education can you give to your children? So as a father, master stroke. As a husband, master stroke. As a king, he sacrifices his family life for the sake of nation. Another master stroke. You see? From every angle when you analyze, you find that whatever Bhagavan did was perfect. So this is the way we have to analyze the scriptures. Whatever Bhagavan does is right. Now let me do my sadhana to understand how Bhagavan is right. Okay. Shall we come back? Yes, Swamiji. Right. So we were talking about this yajna spirit. Sacrifice. Wherever this spirit is there, wherever people come together in this spirit, sacrificing the individuality for the welfare of the totality, there is prosperity, there is progress, there is everything. Kama dhenu, that is the term used. Ishtan bhogan hi vo devaha dasyante yajna bhavitaha. The cosmic forces will ensure that this person gets whatever he wants, whatever is needed for his spiritual evolution, material progress, everything will be provided. There is such an unseen, mysterious law. I don't have to worry about what others are doing. I only have to take care of my thoughts, my intention, my attitude. So this is the glory of yajna spirit, the spirit of sacrifice. God is an embodiment of sacrifice. To reach God, the path is also laid down by sacrifice. This is the way we have to live. Now, on the same note, in our scriptures, we talk about Pancha Mahayajnas. Pancha Mahayajnas. How should we live our life? We should live our life with the attitude of gratitude. What are the entities towards which we should be grateful for? So these are the 5 entities mentioned in our scriptures. What are they? Number 1, Brahma Yajna. Number 2, Deva Yajna. Number 3, Pitru Yajna. Number 4, Nr Yajna. Nr means Manushya. Nr Yajna. And number 5, Bhuta Yajna. Brahma Yajna, Deva Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Nr Yajna and Bhuta Yajna. So the first one is Brahma Yajna. What is Brahma Yajna? Expressing our gratitude towards the Vedas, the right knowledge. Brahma means Vedas. Expressing our gratitude towards our teachers, towards the Guru Parampara, that Parampara which teaches us how to live life intelligently. This world is a complicated world. This body is complicated, mind is complicated, intellect is complicated, and we are asked to apply this complicated body, mind, intellect in a complicated world. So therefore, guidance is absolutely necessary. Otherwise, it will be like a person walking with eyes closed in darkness. Just because you are walking doesn't mean that you are going in the right direction. Very many people think that way. I am working hard. Probably you are working hard in the reverse direction, going away. The most important thing is right knowledge. Because everything in my life depends on right understanding. There's a very famous saying, beware of your thoughts because they become your words. Beware of your words because they become your actions. Beware of your actions because they become your habits. Beware of your habits because they become your character. Beware of your character because they ultimately determine your destiny. So where does it start from? Thoughts, words, deeds, habits, character, destiny. Now the question is, what decides our thoughts? There has to be cause for the thoughts also. So the answer is, your understanding about life will decide your thoughts. What is your understanding about life? Accordingly will be your thoughts. If your understanding is money is the source of happiness, then all your thoughts will be money-making thoughts. Yes or no? Because your understanding is money is everything in life. Then your thoughts will just follow your philosophy of life. So therefore, the most important thing is right understanding about life. And where do we get this right understanding from? We get it from scriptures. And where do we get the right understanding of scriptures? Because directly if you go to scriptures, you will not understand anything. So there is this Guru Parampara from where we gain this knowledge. So therefore, in life, you must be grateful to the source of knowledge. Expression of gratitude is called Brahma Yajna. I must do everything to express my gratitude towards this Guru Parampara. How should I express my gratitude? By gaining the knowledge, by transforming our personality through this knowledge, reforming ourselves, becoming a better person through this knowledge, and then passing on this knowledge to the next generation. That is our duty. Duty born out of gratitude. That is called as Brahma Yajna. This is called as Kartavyam. You see, Kartavya Nirvahanam means what? Duty means what? This is one among the 5 duties. Duties towards this lineage of knowledge. Number 1. Number 2. What is number 2? Deva Yajna. So in the modern context, Devatas mean, we can say these phenomenal forces. Put in simple words, let us keep this Mother Nature safe, clean, pure. In Vedic times, these cosmic forces were called Devatas, Surya Devata, Indra Devata, Chandra Devata, Varuna Devata. So Deva Yajna means preserving this Mother Earth in such a way that it can sustain life. Not polluting air, not polluting water, not wasting the resources of this Mother Earth. Keeping the environment clean. That is called as Deva Yajna. Again, it is an expression of gratitude. Oh Mother, you have been preserving us. As an expression of gratitude, it is my duty to preserve this Mother Earth and not to destroy it. This becomes Deva Yajna. The third one is Pitru Yajna. Pitru means ancestors. Expressing my gratitude towards my ancestors. Father, mother, grandfather. Expressing my gratitude. Never forgetting that there was a father and mother who had taken pain in keeping me alive, in helping me grow. Whatever today I am, it is because of the sacrifice of my parents. Never forgetting that. That is called as Pitriyajna. Yes, my parents may have a lot of defects in their personality, but even then, it is my duty to love them, to take care of them, to obey them, to think of their welfare and well-being. Never become indifferent to them. Being indifferent is a sin. This is called as Pitriyajna. What is the next one? Nra Yajna. Nra means Manushya. Being grateful to mankind in general. Everyone walking in the street, directly or indirectly, has contributed to my peace, happiness, security, comfort. If you start making the list, what all things are there which I am dependent upon? I need food. There is somebody who is working hard, because of which today food is there, ready in front of my table. I must be grateful to that person. There is this dress which I am wearing. There are so many people who have sacrificed their lives in order to protect me from cold. In this way you start thinking. We are all discussing the whole thing in this hall. How did this hall come up? It just did not spring up. Lot of people have worked, because of which today we are enjoying these comforts. So when you start thinking this way, what happens is the heart becomes filled with gratitude for everyone. You see, it is our duty to train our children in gratitude. It is our duty. When our children disrespect food, that is because there is no gratitude. Children must be trained. They must know the value of everything. They must be grateful for everything. This is called right parenting. We must teach them the value. I heard a very nice thing, Generally, these parents, they give gifts for their children on their birthday. And the problem is, this year you give a gift, next year the child is expecting a bigger gift. Next year, the child is not thankful for the gift which you have given, the child is expecting a bigger gift. Now this is called as thanklessness. You are training the child in ingratitude. So what is the right way? So I've heard this video. On the birthday of the child, take the child to an orphanage. Let the child serve food for children who don't have so many things in life. So then what will happen? The child will feel that there are so many things which I am enjoying, which children of my age, they are not enjoying. So then what happens? There is gratitude. This is the way we have to do parenting. Everything the child should be grateful for. The more and more you pamper your child, the more and more you are training your child in ingratitude. Train the child in cooking. The child must know that food doesn't just come. There is an effort involved. And there is somebody who is sacrificing time, energy, everything in preparing that food. In keeping home neat and tidy, the child must be involved. Ask the child to clean the room, clean the plate, cook the food. There are so many aspects. The child must be trained. Then what will happen? The child will understand the value of everything. Nothing comes free. Recently I saw one report. The flight was delayed by 1 hour and the passenger was fighting with those air hostess and all that. Is it right or wrong? See, if you just imagine, just to keep yourself safe from one destination to another, do you know how many people are working day and night? Just to keep you safe. We must consciously think about all this. You see, when I am comfortably sleeping in my bedroom, there is somebody wide awake to ensure my safety. Am I grateful for it? Am I sensitive to the pains of others? You see, that is a sign of a pure heart. And such a pure heart who is sensitive to all this, such a heart alone is fit to experience the presence of the divine. A stone heart, an ungrateful heart, an impure heart has no entry into the kingdom of the divine. This is the way we have to train our heart. All these virtues we have to consciously practice. It doesn't come automatically. You have to consciously practice it. Whenever you are taking some service from someone, think in this way: how much that person has gone through, the sacrifice, the pain, in providing this facility. In every aspect, we have to train our mind in this way. You see, then the mind starts becoming pure. Then you will find that there are umpteen number of occasions where you can be grateful for. In every moment you will find a reason to be grateful for. And you will always find that whenever the heart is filled with gratitude, the heart is also filled with joy. Joy and gratitude, they go together. What does it mean? When you are grateful, Lord is happy with you. That is the meaning. That is right way of living. Puja Guruji made a very touching statement. He says, when you are walking with your slippers, are you grateful to your slippers? That slipper is giving up everything to protect your feet. Are you aware of it? Are you sensitive? Don't say that it is, it's inanimate. There is nothing called inanimate. Remember, Bhagavan himself has become this world. You must be able to see that divinity everywhere. Sentience is there everywhere. This is the kind of training which we have to give to our mind. And this is what is called as Yajna Bhava. The attitude of gratitude. And whenever the heart is filled with that feeling of gratitude, you want to give something. This is what happens. And that tendency to give something, because the heart is filled with that attitude of gratitude, that tendency to give is called yajna. Right. So Brahma yajna, Deva yajna, Pitra yajna, Nra yajna, and the last one, Bhuta yajna. Bhuta means all beings who are lower to human beings. The animals, the birds, insects. We should be grateful to them also. We are alive because they are present. We all have studied science, so therefore I don't have to explain. The contribution of birds and animals in keeping us alive. We should be grateful to them. You see? So this topic is a huge topic. I leave it to you. Okay, otherwise the entire yajna will be over here itself, in Panchamaha yajna itself. I'm just giving you a direction to think. One of the reasons why we are so much stressed is we are utterly ungrateful to everything what we get and only complaining about what we don't have. This is one reason of stress. There are 99 things which you have got. There is one thing which you have not got. You are constantly thinking about this one thing, totally disregarding that you have got 99 things. Then what will be the state of mind? The mind will be constantly complaining and grumbling. You see? That mind will be constantly under stress. Right. So this is called intelligent living. The person who doesn't live this way. What is the name given by Bhagavan? Stena evasa. He's a thief. Thief, what does he do? He takes, doesn't give. That is called a thief. And what do we do with these thieves? Imprison them. How are these thieves imprisoned? Remember, all of us, we live in our thoughts. We don't live in this world. It's a great truth of life. We think we are living in this world. No. We are living in our thoughts. So therefore, if my thoughts are vulgar, negative, impure, literally I am living in an impure world. I am living in hell. That is called as imprisonment. And that is the punishment which God gives for such thieves who are ungrateful. You may be living in a 5-star hotel with an ocean view in front of you. Best of the posh localities. Best of the food in front of you. All servants to serve you. Amidst all comforts and luxuries. But if your mind is agitated, you are in hell. Yes or no? That is called as imprisonment. Just because your environment is conducive doesn't mean that you are happy. Your happiness has something directly to do with your thoughts. A person may be living in a humble hut, but if his mind is filled with gratitude, filled with devotion for God, filled with peace of mind, filled with cheerfulness, such a person is literally living in heaven. See? From stress to serenity. So what you should do to attain this serenity? Intelligently live your life. Be grateful to everything. Okay. Okay, Swamiji. See, there is a price to be paid for happiness. You can't imagine yourself to be happy. Some meditation techniques. Imagine that you are peaceful. You can't. Peace comes from Bhagavan. You can't imagine. You have no freedom. The price you have to pay is intelligent living. The reward you get for this intelligent living is peace. And that reward comes from Bhagavan. Nobody can take it. But suppose you live an unintelligent life, you will be punished with disturbance. Nobody can prevent it. There are no shortcuts. Now, if this is the case of this world, there is a very famous question, why do good people suffer? Very famous question. Why do good people suffer? The one who has framed this question, he is not good. Because good people will never ask this question. Because good people will never suffer. You see? Nahi kalyanakrit kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. Oh dear one, kalyanakrit, the one who is living a beautiful life, noble life of sacrifice and service, durgatim na gacchati. No, suffering is not meant for them. Who is telling this? The Lord of the universe is telling this. If Bhagavan starts giving suffering to good people, then Bhagavan becomes unjust. Bhagavan becomes cruel. You can put so many blames upon the Lord. You can blame the Lord. Bhagavan will never do anything blameworthy. Right. Yes. So now, till now what we have discussed is the outer yajna. Okay. One more aspect regarding outer yajna. Actually, this is just a corollary of whatever we have discussed. So what we have discussed is how should we live our life? Sacrificing the individuality for the welfare of the totality. Now, there is a corollary to it also. Whenever there is a role conflict, always take up that role which is associated with a greater cross-section of the society. This is also dharma. For example, there is this only son of a father and mother. He is in the army and there is a war. What should he do? Should he look after his father and mother or should he go for the war? This is called as role conflict. As a family man, I am supposed to take care of my parents. But as an army man, I am supposed to protect the borders. Which role should I take? If he says, see, I am the only son. If I am dead, who will look after my father and mother? So better I will stay back at home. Will it be dharma? No. You see, there is a role conflict. You can't do the same thing. You can't do both things. You have to either do this or that. So whenever such role conflicts come, the law is take up your bigger role and sacrifice your smaller role. This is exactly the place where Arjuna was confused. In the battlefield he comes with full josh to fight the war, and suddenly he experiences a puncture, tire puncture. He sees his near and dear ones, both sides, and then he is overcome with pity, with sympathy, with grief. Krishna, how can I kill my near and dear ones? How can I kill my guru? How can I kill my grandfather? No. They are fit to be worshipful. I will recede. I will go back. I can't. I don't want a kingdom stained in the blood of my near and dear ones. Far better is go back and live on alms. There are very many people who say, Arjuna was right. Krishna is a trickster. He does all unwanted things only. There are people. Where are we getting confused? In the battlefield, Arjuna is not a family man. He is a army man. You see Veda Vyasa's brilliance. Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe. Everybody is confused. In our life also, very many times we go through this state. As far as Arjuna was concerned, there is this role conflict. As an army man, I am supposed to kill my guru, my grandfather. But as a family man, I am supposed to worship them. You see, people get totally confused. So which role has to be taken? The army man is a bigger role because that role is associated with the nation. Family role is a smaller role. So therefore, I will have to sacrifice my family role in comparison with my national role. Then that is dharma. Arjuna was confused. This is called Arjuna disease. And every one of us, we are going through this disease. Confusion regarding the role. One teacher came and told me this. So she was correcting the paper. That was, 10th standard in India. 10th standard is a big thing. And suddenly she finds the answer sheet of her own son. Actually, the names will not be given, some registration number and all that. But she could identify through the handwriting. Now there is a conflict. The mother in me wants to give more and more marks. The teacher in me wants to be impartial. You see the conflict? This is called as Arjuna disease. You are pulled apart. What will you do? What is dharma? Being a teacher, not a mother. Not getting carried away by the sentiments and compromise with the higher values. That is dharma. But my attachment to my child, it paralyzes my intellect. It paralyzes my sense of justice. And then I succumb to temptation. This is our life. In every field you will find this Arjuna disease. What is righteous is one, what I like is something else. This topic we will see in detail later. So therefore, whenever there is a role conflict, always take up the bigger role and sacrifice the smaller role. Then that is dharma. Then God is pleased with you. Then there will not be any guilt feeling. Then the mind is purified. Right. Right. Now we are going into a subtler aspect of yajna. Till now we have seen something which is grosser, something which is material, something which is worldly, something which is outer. Whatever we have discussed is the outer yajna. Now there is something called inner yajna. Very subjective, nobody will know this yajna. The outer yajna others can see. Because you are sacrificing and others are seeing it. But there is a subtle sacrifice which you have to do. In fact, this is even greater sacrifice. And what is that sacrifice? The sacrifice of ego. Many times, I do the right thing, but there is a subtle egoistic joy of doing the right thing. Yes or no? Yeah. So this is the inner yajna. When you do the outer yajna, there is worldly progress, worldly prosperity. When you do this inner yajna, there is spiritual progress, spiritual prosperity. And this is absolutely silent. Nobody will know. Only you will know. If at all you know. If at all you are paying attention. If at all you are alert. And this yajna is actually jnana yajna. The external yajna you can say karma yajna or karma yoga. Whereas this is jnana yoga. Very, very subtle. The more and more you grow in spirituality, the more and more you become very, very alert to all these things. So there is this person who is doing sacrifice in the outer world. Everybody is praising him. And he is basking in that praise. He revels in that praise. That reveling in such egoistic pleasure is a violation of yajna. Because the truth is, everything is done by God. You don't even exist. Now this is going to be really heavy. Be ready. If I ask this question, for all the awards and rewards and recognition whichever you have got, how much percentage of credit can you take for yourself? And how much percentage of credit can you give to God? There is a saying in Tamil, Tan Padi Devam Padi. Swamiji, 50% my credit. 50% God's grace. Acha, 50%? Yeah. See, I worked hard, no. You see, 50%. Okay, in that 50%, describe what all things is your contribution. When you start analyzing with a hair-splitting precision, you come to know your role is zero. Not even 1%. You see, the body is given by the Lord. Inspiration is given by the Lord. Resources are given by the Lord. Talents and abilities are given by the Lord. Success from the outer world is also given by the Lord. What is your role? 00. But somewhere deep down, I don't want to accept it. I want to say, no, I also have contributed. At least 1%, Swamiji, at least 1% you gave me. Don't say I am not responsible for my attainments. Somewhere I have put forth effort, no. Please, Swamiji, don't say 0. To the extent you take credit for yourself, for your success, to that extent you are a thief. You understood now? Stena, you are a thief. Everything belongs to God and you say it belongs to me. And what is the punishment for this thief? Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Punarapi janani jathare shayanam. Iha samsare bahudustare. Kripaya pare pahi murare. If you say, this credit belongs to me, I have also contributed. Now, this is an expression of ignorance. This is an expression of ego. Somewhere you say, God, I am also responsible. So Bhagavan says, fine, if you say the result belongs to you, tathastu. If you say karma is yours, make karma phala also be yours. Means what? come back again to this world. I want to keep myself, I don't want to merge in the totality. I want to retain my individuality away from the totality. That's what is rebirth. You see, it's an expression of ignorance. Any thief has to be imprisoned. And what is the cage or prison? This physical body. Look at this. I am infinite consciousness. That is my true nature. But now I am suffocating in this little physical body. Filthy, imperfect, limited, mortal physical body. What is the mistake which I have done because of which I am packed and sealed in it? Sense of doership. Sense of enjoyership. If you say even 1% I am responsible for my success, to that 1% you are bound. You have to come back. The day you say, Bhagavan, 100% yours, 0% mine. The day you say from the depth of your heart, you are liberated. That is called as akarma in karma. Inaction in action. This is wisdom. You are doing everything, but deep down you say, Bhagavan, by your grace everything is happening. I am just an instrument in your hands. Then what is happening? There is no action for you. Because there is no sense of doership. There is no kartrutva bhavana. Then that action belongs to God only. And that is the right understanding. That is called as jnana. Now this is the highest achievement which a person can attain. But it's a very, very, very subtle thing. Are you able to understand what I am saying? Ahankar vimudhatma karta aham iti manyate. There is a line in this chapter. Vimudhatma, the one who is totally deluded. By what? Ahankara. The one who is totally deluded by ahankara, what does he say? Karta aham. I did it. Because of me everything happened. To the extent you are asserting your I, to that extent you are a mudha, fool. Mudhamate. When I say you, it means we. Okay. Just a usage. So every time when you succeed, ask this question. Deep down, what do I feel? Do I think that it is because of God's grace, or do I think that it is because of me? To the extent you can practice self-effacement, to that extent you are nearer God. To the extent the egoistic, imperfect, illusory I is asserting, to that extent mind is impure. You are away from God. So these are all the litmus tests in spirituality. To know one's own progress in spirituality. Where do I stand in the ladder of evolution? If I am rejoicing in egoistic achievements, I have a long, long, long way to go. More of it we will see tomorrow. Shankara Guru Jaya Shankara Guru Shankara Guru Shankara Bhagavad Pada Shankara Guru शंकर गुरो जय शंकर गुरो शंकर भगवत्पाद शंकर गुरो शंकर गुरो शंकर गुरो शंकर भगवत्पाद शंकर गुरो अपार महिमा गुरुनाथ अपार कृपा सागरा गुरुनाथ अपार महिमा गुरुनाथ अपार कृपा सागरा गुरुनाथ गुरुनाथ जय गुरुनाथ सद्गुरुनाथ गुरुनाथ 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 सद्गुरुनाथ गुरुनाथ दीन दयालो गुरुनाथ दीन परिपूर्ण कृपालो गुरुनाथ परिपूर्ण दीन दयालो गुरुनाथ दीन परिपूर्ण कृपालो गुरुनाथ गुरुनाथ जय गुरुनाथ सद्गुरुनाथ गुरुनाथ 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 सद्गुरुनाथ गुरुनाथ शंकर गुरो जय शंकर गुरो शंकर शंकर भगवत्पाद शंकर गुरो शंकर भगवत्पाद शंकर गुरु। ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।